See, where did we start? Where did we start and where did we get to? We talked about how many days are there in a week, right? There are 7 days in a week. Do you remember the days of the week? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's a week. There are 7 days in a week. We talked about that one. And then we did, what, how many months? How many months are there in a year? There are 12 months in a year. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. 12 months in a year. So days of the week, months of the year. What else did we do? We did colors of the rainbow. How many colors are there in the rainbow? There are 7 colors in the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Indigo is si kram in Thai, and violet is si muang in the Thai language. So you could also substitute rainbow for prism. Prism. In science we would use prism, right? All right, so we did colors. We started talking about days. How many weeks? That's right. So how many days are there in a year? There are 365 days in a year. I could put days right there. Days. Wait, not B. Wow. It's time for coffee, isn't it? D-A-Y-S. There are 365 days in a year. There are 52 weeks in a year. There are 24 hours in a day. And there are 60 minutes in an hour. That's right. The last lesson, we talked about how many minutes are there in an hour. There are 60 minutes in an hour. We talked about the sound of hour, an hour. All right, because we say A, E, I, O, U are vowels. Vowels, right? Vowels. We like to talk about vowels. V, O, W, E, L, S. Vowels. A, E, I, O, U. All right, so we have the vowels. Sometimes Y. Y, E, I, E. E, I, E is the vowels in Y. Y has a, so we have to watch about the sound of Y. But an hour, an apple, an elephant, A-E-I, an iguana, an igloo, A-E-I-O, an octopus, an orange, and then an umbrella. But we have some special ones, right? If it makes the sound U, it will be a unicorn, a universe, a university. All right? If it's something like makes the sound of U. And then we have another special one, which is X. Sometimes we will say an X-ray. All right? So if it makes the sound E, we're going to say an X-ray. But there's another word called xylophone, and it starts with the word X, but it makes the sound xylophone. It makes the Z sound, so we'd say a xylophone. So it's all about the sound. เป็นเกี่ยวกับออกเสียงเนาะ ถ้าเป็นออกเสียง A E I O U เนาะ เราต้องใช้ and ด้วยครับ Alright, so now let's get to how many seconds. How many seconds are there in a minute? How many seconds? กี่วินาที1นาทีมีกี่วินาที How many seconds? Alright, so let's see if I can write how many. How many? Many. Men. How many? E. All right, you see that Y has the E sound. How many, right? How many? How many what? How many? Witnati, Chamai. How many seconds? How many seconds? S-E-C. Seconds. Seconds. S-E-C-O. Seconds. N-D-S. How many seconds? How many seconds, Elena? Are there? Are. A-R-E. Are. There. There. Are there. How many seconds are there? In a minute, right? In a minute. Nignati, no? And we're going to skip a space. When what? In a minute. Minute. Nignati, no? In a minute. T-E. In a minute. Then come time. All right, so it's a question. So write on me question mark. No, we have to write a question mark. Right? It's a question. How many? How many could taurai no? How many ki an no? How many? Winati. Ki winati. How many seconds are there in a minute? Nine nati migi winati, no? Alright, so how many seconds are there in a minute? And how will we answer? There are, right? There are. So we're going to skip a space. Probably run out of paper again. That's okay. We have more. There are. There. E-R-E. There are. There are. 60 จำได้ไหม 60 จำได้ไหม 60 ไม่ใช่ 60 no 60 D. There are 60 S. Oh, you can't see it. I'm right at the bottom of my paper. When I get to the bottom of my paper, it gets difficult. I need something heavy to help hold my paper. I'll get a cup here maybe. There are 60. And I got to get my finger out of the lens, right? 60. 60. Make my S hit the line there. S-I-X-T-Y. There are 60 seconds. Witnati. Seconds. S-E-C-O-N-D-S. 60 seconds. There are 60 seconds. There's your last part, right? In a minute. In a minute. So we'll write it on the other side. There are 60 seconds in a minute. Let's turn our paper over here. 60 seconds in a minute. 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 M-I-N-U-T-E. Minute. That's not right. M-I-N-U-T-E. What did I do? I skipped my N. Look at that, guys. It's something about making videos that makes it a little bit more difficult for me. M-I-N-U-T-E. I may have to talk about learning disabilities. We all have learning disabilities. And sometimes you don't know your disability until you start doing something or trying to multitask. We call multitask. ถ้าพยายามทำ2 อย่างใน2 อันในเวลาเดียวกันเนาะบางครั้งจะเห็นว่ามี LD พิเศษ Alright เราทุกคนมีสิ่งที่พิเศษเกี่ยวกับสมองของเราบางครั้งเราไม่ได้รู้ว่าเรามีปัญหาจนถึงพยายามทำสิ่งที่เราไม่ได้ทำประจำแล้วก็เรารู้ว่าผมมีปัญหาถ้าผมหัวนอน B กับ D ผมผิดด้านเนาะรู้ภาษาไทยมีหลายสิ่งหลายอย่างด้วยเกี่ยวกับการเขียนเนาะ So sometimes when we're writing, when we're reading, we'll find out if we're tired, we will see some of our learning disabilities will start to come out. So me, when I do these videos, I see sometimes because I'm thinking about videoing and writing and speaking and grammar, I have to be careful because I can push myself too far and that can cause a problem. We make a joke, I need coffee or I need this, but we all have learning disabilities and different things. And when we push ourselves, when we're stressed, sometimes we will get to that edge of our ability and things get more difficult. All right, that's enough about learning disability today. We want to talk about how many seconds there are in a minute. How many seconds are there in a minute? There are 60 seconds in a minute. That's right, good job. All right, guys. I will post this online and you can practice at home and practice through the weekend too. And we'll see you tomorrow. Maybe we'll talk about first, second, third, fourth, fifth. We'll talk about ordinal numbers on the next lesson. Goodbye.